Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. The nation is in the house, and we have something to say. I don't know if y'all see the immigrants, the illegals with the legals are protesting, and guess who out there in the middle, like what they call it, a stick in the log, or just a sore thumb sticking out? Your old buddy pal Al Sharpton. Like you see the title, he need to sit his down somewhere. But we're gonna have some opinions on all this. So the nation is in the house. Shout out to Black Love. Follow her on YouTube. Shout out to Queen Angie, Clear as Conscious, Mind Games Uncut, and Kathy B. And we'll be right back.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Warning, the following program contains strong black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
Hey, and we're back. Now let's talk
What
about
it
this immigrant
do?
stuff. So
Hello,
D
good
Mays, you
people.
kind of put it in the chat and alerted us to it. So what you been hearing about them protesting? Mind
Oh
games,
yeah,
uncut.
yeah. I mean, just they talking about with the protesting with the
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I saw the legal immigrants up here protesting in front of Trump Plaza, talking about some, they're not going back, and this is well, I can't they can't say this unconstitutional because they're not illegal. They're not even like citizens. I'm like, why would you even go down there? It was like a couple hundred of them. I'm like, you can look it up, Google it, it's everywhere. I'm like, even the legal immigrants are like, what are y'all doing? Like, this looks stupid as hell. And then you got, of course, you got the Democrats backing them. And then, I don't know if y'all know, they've been talking about all these so-called Democratic cities talking about they're not gonna bend when Trump come in, they're gonna take up for the legal immigrants. And I'm like, why? Like, they can't even do that. I found out, like, if Trump wanted to come in with the National Guards, he would do that. He can do that if they choose to use local police to stop them from coming in and deporting, bringing in ICE and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a big shit show right now. And it's crazy. But them people up here protesting. Yeah,
But the
crazy.
funny thing about it, y'all, is they've been doing this. Like it's just a stereotype. Our stereotype for black people is fear the black man, fear the black woman. We don't do this. We live in a ghetto. We got they're using our so-called black leaders because Al Sharpton got his wriggly little black AZZ behind up there and talking about we ain't going nowhere. Who is we, Al? Who the hell is we? We won't go back. Who the in the F is we, Al? And the thing about it is just showing you, even on the View, you got Sunny hosting, you got the other lady that's on the View. All of these immigrants, legal or illegal, are arguing the fact that we voted for Trump. Most black people did. And they're trying to make it look like it was only a small percentage, but the only people who are being browbeaten over the head about voting for him are black people, and the only people who are making the main complaints about families being separated and all this are the immigrants and the illegals because they are coming over here illegally, having children, using our Medicaid. Because I told you, I specifically used to do this in the state of Alabama. I used to work for Medicaid and I gave out pseudo numbers, fake social security numbers, so that they can have something put in the system to have their bills paid. And then they piggyback off of that and become citizens because their children are citizens because their children was born on American soil. And um, like everybody said, let them be all deported together, but it's a problem. I mean, you see all these people standing up. Al Sharpton got his little wriggly behind in the middle, but why? Where's all this smoke and heat and all this uprising for the justification? I mean, for reparations for black people or black neighborhoods. Where's all this? Where's it all for us?
Facts. Ain't none. black people
Nowhere to be found. Phil
believing that
Scott
black.
said that the people who
I
are
think you
sanctuary
breaking up
cities,
mind
huh,
games.
me? Oh,
No,
But
oh,
you see them on the view
me.
saying, "Oh, it's gonna separate families," and and the grandma's gonna go. No, what they have been doing is breaking the law. And then to sit up here and tell us that, oh, it's gonna be bad. Al Sharpton with his black behind up there too, saying, oh, it's gonna be, it's gonna cost us something. Who's gonna do the jobs that they're doing that we don't want to do? First of all, I want to say this. Who said we wouldn't do the jobs? We just said we're not working for free anymore. Ever since black people started working for free, we just been
exactly,
tossed to the side like a $2 hoe.
exactly. Oh, shout out to TS and shout out to LeVar P. Yeah,
Yes. But they want us to argue for them, and that just this is a glimpse. Black people, I want you to see how these people are using the black struggle for their own good, and they have been doing it for years. And now that Trump is in office, you see this. You see immigrants and everything. What did they fight for? What did they lose in America? We lost everything, and we've been trying to say reparations. They've been under the table quietly building communities in our communities, getting reparations off the backs of us. And now that it's being exposed, it's crazy. These corporations should be locked up, the owners and stuff, because why are we talking about they're doing jobs that we don't want? No, they're doing jobs we want to get paid for, and and then they're being hired illegally. Because how can you hire an illegal citizen, an illegal immigrant, I'm sorry, an illegal immigrant when they don't have documentation and paperwork? So isn't that somebody breaking the law? Ain't this going up the food chain?
yep, yep.
It
You're right.
is. So really quick, you all know I love words, okay? So the definition of crime is illegal activity, okay? An action or activity that, although not illegal, is considered to be, it says evil or wrong. So two different definitions, but it's illegal activities. And by definition, the way they are the way these migrants, okay, are coming over here is not legal. So if it's not legal, that makes it illegal, correct? And I'm saying it like that because with the black community, we have a distinction. We cannot decipher the difference. And a lot of people have said this, if one of us as a black citizen gets arrested, whether it's just or unjust, nobody's going to be like, well, D. Mays has children, Queen Tina has children, Kat has children, so we can't separate her from them from their children. But you did something they deem illegal. Legally, they are coming over here outside of a legal process, which makes it illegal. And I'm saying that because when we want to have our heartstrings pulled, and I get it, like all this sucks, but we didn't do this situation. We didn't create this situation. They did. And it is illegal, period, point blank. So don't look at it like somebody's committed a heinous crime and they're just malice, evil people. They did something that is
Illegal.
illegal. So
Why?
when they're protesting and doing all those things, the
Yeah, protesting is for
Constitution does
citizens.
not
How
protect.
how can illegals protest in our state, in our country, when you didn't pay? The whole point of coming over here legally, you have to go through process. You have to pay
Well, they
money so you
can.
can put into money and stuff, but they ain't supposed to be here, so it's illegal. So go arrest them all because they all right here. There go the criminals, because
Well, you know
if
what
a
though? But
black
it's
person,
their right to protest though.
yeah, no, no, they don't have a right to protest because they're not a citizen. Think about it. That's what we're saying. They're not
I say that because
citizens.
listen, they have a right. Everybody, listen. That's what I'm saying. Everybody
Everybody
has
that
a
is a
right to
citizen, Queen,
voice
they're
their
not
free.
a citizen, so they don't have a right to protest. They have a
No,
right to sit in jail and then go ahead and get their bail, that go protest in their country that they're running from. You cannot come over here where it's comfortable, where our people bled and fought for the rights. We didn't bleed, and our people didn't pick cotton and peanuts and sugar canes for them to come over here and protest. When you come through the system legally, then you have a right to protest. You're not supposed to be in our streets.
right. So what I'm saying with that, so I agree with you. What I'm saying with that is like, so like take Brittany Griner, right? When she was over there, she did something illegal. Like it's a vape pen, no big deal. But it was illegal there, right? So she had the right as a human
But she
person,
was
human
there,
being,
Queen. Listen to
to
what you're
protest.
saying. She was there legally. She was working. She did something illegal. They don't have a right to protest because they're not a citizen of the United States. You cannot come to another
When I
person's
say
country.
protest, when I say protest,
They
I
better
mean you have the right
protest
to
at the
voice your opinion.
gate. They don't have a right for nothing in this country because
Still,
they're
they have.
not citizens. That's the point.
That's what I'm saying. So listen, I agree with you. So what I'm saying is, have a right to get together and voice their grievances. What you don't have a right to is the protection and the support and the backup in you doing so. So anybody can,
Go over
it
to
was,
Cuba and tell,
wrong.
and go stand in front of the capital of Cuba and tell them you want to change something. They're gonna arrest you first of all because you're not a citizen. And second of all, they're not going to
Exactly.
allow you in the street. So that's what I'm saying. The legals have a right to protest that they want their family over here, but the illegals are not even supposed to be here. So there's no argument whether they have a right or not. They can stand in their country and write letters to the U.S. Embassy. They have a right to protest that way, but they don't have a right to stand on the streets where our people bled and shed blood to have the rights to even walk around as a human being. And they're standing over here getting jobs that they should be paying us for, and we're buying goods out of their countries and stuff, but they don't have a right to yell up at not trying to be funny. They don't have a right to sit on our streets and yell, and then the police are being paid to go out there and disperse a crowd and stuff. They don't have a voice because you're not a citizen.
Facts. You know, and we talk about black
I
job. Let's be
agree.
real. We talking about contract job, construction jobs, or landscaping job, tree services. You know, plumbing,
Cleaning
electrician.
jobs like the business I
Yeah,
own. That's why I'm hot
exactly.
about it, because they gave my jobs away here. We worked
Wow.
through COVID. I lost a 50 unit contract because they can be paid cheaper. They can go in there and it's about 5 or 10 of them and could clean a condo where it's only a couple of us. And we
Yep.
don't even see it. And when black people are laughing and joking, talking about what jobs? My damn job. That's what job. The
Thank you.
jobs I
Preach.
hire other black people for.
Exactly. All right, listen to this, y'all. Fair use. Keep it a
Mm-hmm.
fair use.
And
Keep it a fair use thing up. Um, let me
One
see.
moment, let me get it. What was Queen gonna say before I put it up? What was you saying, Queen Angie?
I was gonna say, furthermore, like with the quote unquote black jobs, it's not just that. Like black jobs, some people want to do and some people don't want to do. But when it comes to black jobs, it's not even that. It's actually opportunities. They have whole blocks. I live in Indiana. They have whole blocks. They buy up blocks. So it's not about a job. How do you get, you know,
Like you
opportunities
said,
and
it the
funding to
opportunity.
open up something, but we don't. So it's not about a job, it's about opportunity. Job is a job. A lot of people don't have jobs, but we don't have the opportunities
And
to even
yes, you right.
own.
Exactly. The
Oh,
point
So I
is
don't.
that they're
Quintina
working
is a
these
business
jobs as
owner.
10. They're working these jobs as 1099 contracts, and that's what people don't understand. They're playing word games with us. They're saying jobs like they're over here just working. No, there's one of them that's legal, and then the legal person gets the 1099 contract, and then they get paid. Like when I pay people, if you come to me and your group come and you the person, I pay you, and then you pay your people, and that's how it's been going on with them. And you see them all out here, but you will deal with one of them.
Right.
hey,
Right.
boom, boom. You're right.
And that's
So okay,
I, I would prefer having the business over the job. Like you said, Queen Tina, if you all don't know, make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe wherever you're listening. But Queen Tina has a business down there. Like she has a cleaning business. Now she has a food truck, and like she said in Florida, there's competition with Hispanics. If you all follow the United Enterprise of the Cuba line, we're grateful for jobs. Me
Yes,
personally, I would rather not have to work for somebody else. I'd rather have my own business. Don't you
facts.
all want your own
yes.
stuff? Don't you
Even
all
if
want
you
stuff complain
working,
about the man?
they make us think about jobs. That's why they using it. That's why black people laugh at old jobs. The jobs that when black kids didn't have money, they can walk down the street with lawnmowers and hedgers and do people yards. Now now most of the Latinos and these illegal
Mhm.
immigrants are running around taking your job that your child used to do. That used to be our jobs for the summer. Then like with painting and construction, like Queen them said. That is jobs. I do construction cleans too. So when I come there, I look odd because I'm the only black woman with black people, and we look frowned upon, and they look like, oh, they the hard workers. No, black people work hard and harder. It's just that we've been, like Queen said, ousted of the opportunity, while they push us to the back and make us the underclass and the designated criminals of the United States, while they make everybody else who is here illegally, who's really breaking the laws, who's taking money out the United States and funneling it back to their country. Those are the ones that's not being frowned upon, because America deals with these stereotypes. I know D Mays was trying to play something, so I'm gonna land my plane.
So I'm gonna play this. This is like when like 2 weeks ago, it's still relevant now. Say they talk about the deportation, potential mass deportation. They were talking about how a lot of the jokers trying to hurt me get over here and stuff. I don't know why they still trying to run over here, and they're gonna kick their ass right back out. Here we go, y'all. Let's see how.
We start with this, though. President-elect Trump has said he will move swiftly to implement mass deportations after he takes office. Brooke here right now with reaction to this plan. Brooke. Yes, so President-elect Trump ran on a crackdown, a platform of a crackdown, an incoming crackdown on undocumented immigrants. That vow has left many immigrants frightened and confused. People are expressing their concerns on social media. Y'all didn't punish Kamala Harris by not voting for her. Y'all punish people like me. My immigrant mother just called me on the phone innocently asking me if she should start carrying her passport in case they start doing mass deportations to prove that she's a citizen. His newly appointed border czar, Tom Homan, said yesterday the Trump administration will prioritize deporting people who are living in the country illegally and pose a threat to public safety. He also says officials will increase workplace raids as a part of a crackdown on labor and sex trafficking. Immigration attorney Jose Osorio believes that Trump's immigration plans will cause mass confusion.
One of the plans is job site raids. And if it gets to that point, people will be caught up in the system, and how will they know who's an immigrant and who's not?
Osorio says with so much uncertainty, people need to get their documents in order, have proof of family ties and work authorization, or any document that shows permission to be in the country.
Yeah, that part.
Sound like black folks when it's called. We've been telling them to stop and frisk for a long time. That's all that is. That's all that is stop and frisk. But y'all sat back with your own communities, leaving black people out instead of appreciating the black people who paved the way for y'all to come over here as documented or undocumented immigrants. And so why my mama called me and said, should she kind of yes, because you dealing with black people. Welcome to the black world.
They didn't think it was gonna happen. They thought, Kamala gonna get in now, and we got worried about the orange man. Boy, they was wrong.
That's why they wanted her in there.
This is a great example of the shoe on the other foot. You never pay attention to anybody's issues until it's your issue.
Until it's at their door. It's just in another form. Let me play this right here.
I'm gonna ask a question. Go ahead, Quinn. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want to ask your question first?
No, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can play this. Hold on 1 second.
You could hear the cries of New York immigrants and allies.
We know that our immigrant communities in particular are going to be under attack, and we want just a message loud and clear that immigrants will be protected.
Protected from President-elect Donald Trump's promise of mass deportation.
A lot of immigrant New Yorkers are afraid of the threat of mass deportations, and it's not just undocumented people. Families have mixed status.
Trump, hear us. We are here and not leaving.
We're going to resist, right? And one key way that we're going to resist is we're going to demand that our city and our state step up for immigrant communities.
Co-executive director of Make the Road New York, Theo Oshiro, says that means making sure they have access to legal services. On the flip side, more Latino voters supported Trump in this year's election. According to NBC exit polls, 46% of Latinos voted for him in 2024 compared to 32% in 2020.
I am Latina. I am heartbroken to see so many people voting for Trump and to see them essentially abandon immigrant communities. But I also understand that people are searching for solutions.
We need to mobilize and organize like we never did before.
In his first rally since the election, Reverend Al Sharpton discussed the dangers of mass deportation and delivered a message of hope.
You can pass whatever bill you want. We ain't going back. You can come whatever policy you want. We ain't going back.
And this rally here is just the beginning. Reverend Al Sharpton says he's going to bring the National Action Network to D.C.
This
Who
Negro.
the fuck is we? Who is
Crazy.
we?
Man, he ain't saying nothing about
We.
reparations or no
That's
kind of
why I put
tangibles or
Al
no kind of
Sharpton.
crime bill for black
That's
people.
why I
Go
put
ahead.
Who
Al
is
Sharpton.
we?
He's shopping for more for publicity. Negro, Black
Yeah.
Titanic, Boule. Oh, I want to say the real word. You ain't did nothing for us. All your
You
we
know
need
what?
new black leaders. F this because this is ridiculous. They use black people for publicity, for support, and then they leave us behind. Negro, you ain't even fixed the black issue. Talking about we ain't going back.
Exactly.
Who's
And
we?
that's why I
You
don't
know
believe in no
what
And
though?
legalism.
did
Y'all
you did you know
leave Al
Latinos? Did you
Sharpton
know that
alone.
immigrants had their own
Y'all
communities, the
leave Al
undocumented
Sharpton
ones?
alone. Let him go back. Let him go back with them and spend. Let him go back.
No, he said
I
we
don't
ain't
give a
going
damn what
back.
train, plane, automobile.
You see how they piggyback
Who is
off of our
we?
struggle? That's what I'm talking about. It's just that they've been so comfortable with us letting them do this. They've been so comfortable with us mixing our struggle with their
You know
struggle.
why, Queen? You know why? Because we let them be comfortable. If I came in
Exactly.
your house, we're cool. I love you. You love me. If I came in your house and disrespected you, I don't think you would allow that. I would hope you don't think I would allow that. So when we start allowing these kind of things, then people are only allowed to do what they're allowed to do. So that's on us. You know, I tell you what, I bet no illegal immigrants are out there with their faces shown talking all that trash. Because we thank you,
Oh
please show
no.
your face
I gotta
so we can
I can't
find you
wait
with
till Trump
facial
get in office.
recognition.
Go ahead, Queen. I'm
You know
sorry.
what? This is so embarrassing. I'm gonna tell you the issue, and I make a lot of jokes about
It's not embarrassing.
racial
It's not
whatever.
embarrassing, Queen.
But let me
It's the
tell you,
truth. It's the opening the eyes of what these black leaders been doing,
it
honey.
is. It is. I don't care. Here's my Hispanics or the Asians. I don't care what they're doing. This is the government that is causing all this ruckus.
No, it
If they
ain't.
want to come, if you want to put your babies, let me
It
tell
was
you, if you want to put your babies in barrels and send your babies with uncles and shit, like that shit sucks. I'm telling you. But I don't. Here's my thing: as black people having that God gene, we can't not have it. We cannot not have compassion. It's just facts. Here's the thing, though: we have all this compassion, this sympathy, and empathy for everyone but us. We make excuses for us. Yes, it is sad what's going on with all. Donald Trump said, we're all these children. Everybody should have an issue with missing children, even if they're
Facts.
from illegal immigrants. What that is an issue. Our black children are missing, but at the same time, we're worried about missing illegal immigrants, but
let me
not
play
our black missing children,
let,
women, and men.
let me play this again because I want y'all to I thank the universe, I thank the ancestors, I thank God for everything that's happening. Because the wool is being pulled over, the scales are being pulled from our eyes, because this shows you this whole time they've been sitting back quietly while we've been beat, unalived, discriminated against, while America has been doing the wham bam with black people and they've been collecting our benefits. All this is an eviction notice, and they don't like it. That's why they holding it. I'm gonna play this. I played this before, but I want you to look at Congress. When you got a black person, they almost sellouts. But the rest of them are Latino and all this, and they look out for their communities. That's what Kamala was in office to do. She was ready to look out for immigrants. They wanted to turn this into a complete immigrant country and leave us behind while they put us in prison. And the more we lose opportunity, the more you create poverty. The more you create poverty, the more you create black crimes. They got communities that they
Queen,
can hide their illegal immigrants in. We don't have communities. We are stuck in ghettos that's designed for them to come and harass us. We stuck in projects. Show me the projects where white people are piled in and where Latinos. These people came after us, and they're sitting on a view. and everything. Look at the representation of black people and look at how much they got representation all over. This is an example
of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people. We've got to reach the Cuban men in Miami that overwhelmingly voted for Trump. I don't know what their hearts look like.
You see what I'm saying?
Now the Cuban men
It
are
was
going
an
to be deported.
expectation. It was an expectation that black men
Reach
want
them and
those
say what?
expectation that black women are going to be separate from the black men and run over there while they got the black men mesmerized with a white or Latino looking woman. They want us to keep running around fighting their battles, doing whatever while we don't have communities. We are the last. We've been begging for reparations. They never say anything about reparations. All they do is piggyback off our struggle. Oh, you don't know how it feels. Just like what we just played. My grandmother is going to have to show ID. Well, black people, remember Ahmaud Arbery, remember he was running down the street? We don't get to show IDs. They shoot first and ask questions later.
Hold on, quick. I'm going to address something. I'm sorry. I don't typically do this. I don't like chaos. You know, anybody knows me knows that. I have to address something in the chat. Whoever Jose Chavez is, I'll say this: everybody's welcome to join in and have an open, realistic conversation. Like, speak your truth, and that's cool, respectfully.
The
I'm reading
Mexicans don't
these
have their own
comments.
communities. They took over black communities, and that's why. But
Reparations for
they
Latinos
was
now.
expecting black people to vote. Mexicans didn't even want these Latinos over there because they ran from their own country. Because to tell you the truth, the real people with the problem are the Latinos or the people that's running from their countries. They're coming over here with their crimes. Go ahead, Queen.
Are you reading? Are you reading the chat though? Are you reading the chat though?
Yes,
I have to
that's what I
address this. I know
see.
everybody can't see,
But reparations, I mean, they can say whatever they can say whatever they want. Let it be up there. That's why y'all gonna be deported, and that's why this is happening now.
but that's what
Because
I'm
there's no
saying.
more
That's what I
free
mean
rides.
by protest.
Yes,
That's
it's no
what
more
by
free
protest.
rides
Like people
for
saying,
Jose. Jose, no more free rides for you and your family. Go back and eat jalapenos somewhere else.
see, I didn't say that, but if it needs to be said, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that's what I'm saying with
But it's
protest.
the
Like by
disrespect
definition, it
because
says a
they think they're
statement.
over here. They think they're over here getting stuff because white people are giving them everything black people built. They refuse to learn the real history that black people have built America. They refuse to stand by us side by side to get what we need. They refuse to fight white supremacy. And that's why I always been saying for the past couple of years, the table's always gonna turn. And the table's turning on those who attach themselves to whiteness.
And they don't have to stand by us, but what you won't do is be disrespectful. I don't know what your education is. I do, in a sense, when it comes to the propaganda
He said they
being
built the new
pushed before
America.
people
You
come
ain't
over
built
here.
nothing. All y'all did was build yourself in the corner
Okay.
so that you could take over, and now you're being deported. Now go back
I'm
home
done with
with
that
your.
one. I just had to address that. Yeah.
Now they could go back home with their grandparents. You go back home with your grandparents because there's no, like he's saying, this is just
What
a troll.
reparations?
Like he said, reparations. They ain't did nothing but come over here and live off of the struggles of black people.
Can he come up
Y'all
here?
didn't
Tell him to come up
struggle.
here. Come up here.
They not gonna come up there. That's a fake. Jose Chavez. That's just that's an undercover Democrat that's mad. That's probably not even a real Latino. This is what the Democrats do. Remember when we have rallies and then all of a sudden somebody comes shooting and throwing bricks and attacking? But you notice that any other rallies, the LBGT, this so-called rally with the illegals, notice none of that stuff happened because these people are undercover and they are mad. Yup, they can't even hardly speak
You know what
English.
though? Ain't that cool
They they
though?
they they
Ain't
they
that cool?
piggyback
Y'all
off
see
of
this?
our racism and say they're being treated a certain way.
That's cool. They can feel like that. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe.
Why don't they
And
go
like
and go
check out the
go fight the Mexican cartel and go get your country back? Stop being a leech and coming over here leeching off of what black people built and fighting for. Now your grandmama, your kids, all y'all that done had kids over here, you ain't getting a free pass no more. This is why the majority of black people voted for Trump. No matter what they say, they could say, oh, 87% of black women, they're mad. I ain't seen no, you see a couple. The only people that seem like it's mad all across the board is the black boulets who attach themselves to more whiteness, and the Latinos who know that they get hide in their illegal family members.
They only mad because they got to eat shit because you put all that shit out there like that she was gonna win, and now you got to eat that shit you put out there.
Exactly.
That's why they mad, not because that's the
Yeah.
only reason why they're mad because
They're gonna go
so
home
nobody
together.
cares about that.
No more getting money and sending it over to Mexico. No more piggybacking off of the things black people built. No more.
And that's why I said for me, like I don't even.
They are
For
upset
me, like
with us because we took a stand for a change.
they ain't too upset because they still gonna do what they gonna
Jose Chavez. Jose Chavez, you can't even walk down the streets without an ID. Welcome to Stop and Frisk.
It's just being weird.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you even in it? That's the thing. Like y'all, that's why I said make sure you like hit the like button and subscribe button because obviously people that have no business being in here. I've been at work all day. All of us on this platform have been at work all day, tending the family in the community, right? Like so, like for any of us to get on anybody's platform, like we're not doing that because we're busy. Unless there's something to grow from that, we're not doing that. So when you all come in here and you see this nonsense, like it shows you we're doing something.
If
like,
they would
for real.
team up with black people, they wouldn't be having it. If they would team up with black people, you would not have had to pay all that money. They are realizing now white people don't care about you no more than they care about black people. But the thing is, they piggybacked off of our slavery and our civil rights and came in. And if you notice that film, notice the video I just played, who do you see? Most of the men that was talking to Latinos, was they not part of the LBGT community? Didn't you get a little vibe of the LBGT? Because they want black people to pave the way to make it okay for men to wear dresses and nobody be shamed. Because when a black woman or a black man walks down the street, we get all the attention. So what do you need? You need to prance a black man down the street in a dress and make it okay so that we accept that stuff. And then they go with the LBGT benefits. They come over here and then they want us to because not trying to be funny, they say they talk about black men and black women. They want the black woman to hate the black man, they want the black man to hate the black woman, and everybody just look at all the women that's fussing about black men. Look at Kamala was not a black woman. She came over here and they wanted to get the black men. We are seeing how they push propaganda on us as black people because and then they told us that if the people who didn't vote for each other, they talking about separating families. They told in a couple of days it's so-called Thanksgiving, and they told people who voted for Trump, basically targeting the black people because that's all they were saying is to don't go eat with your family this year and stuff like that.
So here's what they're saying. So you manage your family about who's in office, whether it's Kamala or Trump or Biden or whoever, Obama, whoever it is. Like, so they have community with their families, but you don't know these people, but you'll break up your families and your relationships and because it's somebody you don't know, and they still gonna be doing good. See, that's my thing. We gotta stop doing this nonsense. Whatever Hispanics and Asians are doing, like we all know, we be shopping. We go to the Chinese shop. You know what the Chinese shop is? The Chinese shop is wherever they sell hair, nails, makeup, black products, all this for the Chinese shop. You know what it is. Okay? We all do it. So stop acting like we don't. The issue is that we don't spend enough time and effort and energy to empower one another. So Jose, you keep talking that shit on this platform. Nobody cares. You're wasting time and energy. But we're talking Jose. We're gonna stop on Jose because he might have a little shot that we don't have. And you just being funny, and we have business to take care of.
Let me tell you, that's not a Jose. That's not a Latino.
Yeah, let me come in here and help the sisters out. Man, come on, y'all know that's a shield.
That's a white supremacist doing what they do. Probably a Democrat trying to get us to argue. Because if you look at what we just paid, 50% of the Latino community voted for Trump. And I
Yep.
believe 50% or more of the black people voted for Trump. Ain't no way Trump won the popularity vote and all the votes.
Exactly. You want to put some of the comments up? Did y'all put the
The
comments
whole
up?
damn country was red.
Yeah,
The
exactly. I
whole
mean,
country was red.
California almost got turned. I heard. You know what I'm saying? Look at how many people voted in California. Pennsylvania got
Mhm.
turned. All the swing states. That's the most important part. All the swing
All the
states
swing
got
states.
turned. And all these Democrats can say what they want and hoop and holler and all that bullshit. That damn
Mhm.
Sharpton. I'm gonna read this. Yeah, sorry, I had to step away, but Sharpton. This is why he caping for them so hard. So
Yeah, because
NBC. Let me read this.
Al Sharpton talking about the NAN. Somebody wrote it earlier. I think TS wrote it earlier that the NAACP fights for everybody. You know, they somehow it was black people that was going through, because in the pictures when people were being lynched and
Mhm.
being water hosed and had dogs sick on, I never seen a Latino in the picture. Then all of a
Exactly.
sudden they come over here and they start piggybacking off of, oh, it's racist over here. They're doing this. You came all the way from your country to come over here and complain about racism. You ain't got no racism because ain't nobody stop y'all from building communities. Our communities were burned down. Did nobody stop y'all from building your own grocery stores? Ours was burned down. Nobody stopped them from getting capital to build this stuff. Ours was put on the backs of white people, and we had to have the same credit score of the white people who already done had a 400-year start.
Exactly.
All of this is an illusion to make it look like black people don't want nothing. It really an insult is the jobs. We had more black farmers than anything. Black farmers had their land taken. All black people did was farm and take care. That's how we had our own. We were booted out, and somehow they're telling us that we didn't want to do the jobs that they want. No, we wanted our own land back because we grew the bananas and the oranges and the apples and was selling it to the government or selling it to each other. So they government comes in, takes everything from black people, and then you hire illegals to do it with slave wages. It's not about a job. Give us our damn farmlands back and let us grow our own foods.
Exactly.
Exactly. So
Exactly. They might do the
and
job. Who wants to do the job for half the amount? You know,
exactly,
nobody's doing that.
black people already did that. They already done did that. Yeah,
They took the
they
opportunity from us to farm and then
exactly.
give it to them, and then they bought all the land. We had over 20 million acres after slavery. We had black towns. We had
Yep.
the only contracts with the bus stations in America. That while we
Reconstruction.
do history, they took that from us. We ain't
Exactly.
then they paint the stereotype we don't want to do the job. No, we're not gonna work for you for free. Give us our ancestor lands back, and we'll sell you the oranges and everything that we pick off our own land, and we could sell it to the Latinos and the Chinese. We shouldn't be having people in our community that's selling to us. That was our land. We should be selling to them, and that's what we don't get as black people.
Exactly. And this is another reason why
And for
uh,
record, we're
uh,
selling the produce, not the land. We're selling the
exactly.
produce, not
So,
the
so,
land. Yeah.
so I want to break this down real quick before we get off. So one of the reason why Al Sharpton caping for those illegal immigrants. So here we go. MSNBC was unaware Harris campaign gave 500K to Al Sharpton's group ahead of friendly interview. So it say MSNBC admit it was unaware that Vice President Kamala whatever Harris campaign paid 500,000 to Al Sharpton National Action Network nonprofit ahead of a friendly interview with the Democratic nominee ahead of Election Day. Harris sat down for a friendly interview on October the 20th with the MSNBC Sharpton, an open supporter of Harris and the Democratic Party following Harris' loss to the President Donald Trump. FEC filings revealed that Harris' campaign gave 250,000, well, $250,000 donation to Sharpton's nonprofit organization in September and October, but the MSNBC host did not inform viewers that the contributors of the conflict of interest before or after the interview. Yeah, so yeah, they didn't. His own bosses and his own
What
employee
about
didn't.
Oprah? They came back and said
Yeah,
Oprah Network got more than a million.
yeah,
Her network got 2 point some million. These millions are being passed, and that's money
yep.
that could have been given to the black communities that's been yelling
Mm-hmm.
all this time. Now you got an uproar because the Latinos that work now like they say they can't sit them all at one time, but now they're under a microscope and you're not going to be able to
One
get away. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm
exact.
calling left and right. And let me
Yeah.
see you. There's a whole bunch of them over here. Come get them because you taking our jobs. You don't deal with us. You treat us like shit. You build your
Mm-hmm.
own communities, and you never give thanks to black people. You don't come over here to learn what happened to black people. You accuse us of stuff, or you sit back and you piggyback off of our struggles. That's the
Yeah.
insult.
Exactly.
That's why I wasn't gonna vote for Kamala. She piggybacked off the black, and you wasn't in the field. Your grandparents wasn't in the field when my grandparents was in the field. If we go back 100 years, Kamala, your grandparents was sitting pretty damn
Yep.
decent,
Wealthy
whipping
people.
slaves on their back, you and your daddy, them family and stuff. And you come over here, and it's funny how everybody knows what happened to black people. They know the talk. They know every struggle we go through, and they will use it for their advantage. But nobody wants. But when it comes down to actually helping the people who went through these struggles that they piggyback off of, they won't say nothing. They'll say none of us were slaves this day. No, but all of us are reaping the repercussions of being of our family being slaves, and our family being ran out of towns that we don't have. We are reaping the repercussions of all the racism that went on. That's what we are, products of the white system environment. There's no
Exactly.
mass incarceration of Latinos.
You ain't lying, man. I ain't never seen no. They talking about excuse me. They talking about black and brown. Getting unalive and arrested by the police. I ain't seen one. I ain't seen no brown person like you said got unalive like us and other
Look at the
stuff.
pictures.
Yeah.
Look at the books. And then they play this stuff. This was Mexican land. Okay, was it Indians or Mexicans? See how they've been playing word games with our mind for a long time, so that they already put the excuse in our head anytime we want to fight for our rights for this land that was originally black. Because if you go back to science, science says the first people on this planet was black, right? So that means we were black everywhere. Right. And so then when we come to
Everywhere.
American, they say, oh, well, those was the Indians. Well, the Indians was these white looking people when white people didn't come first. How did they get here then? If we was the first people on the planet, then how did these light white looking Indians get here? Then they turn around and say, oh, well, this was Mexican land. No, it wasn't. These people didn't exist until the white people came mixing
Facts.
with the people over here. So let's stop playing this game.
I want to ask a question. So we talk about reparations, right? And we're in this big uproar about reparations. I'm sorry, for me, I'm always never try to be pessimistic, but I am. What is it? Not
You're
optimistic,
breaking
but
up a little bit. You going in and out.
can you
I
hear
told
me?
people I,
I'm a
Jose
realist.
Chavez,
So
talking
Oh,
about
you
if
like,
you
good.
so
You
stop
when it
good.
blaming
comes,
forever, ask Jesus. Jesus is not even
nobody
real.
cares. Well, you ask Jesus, you ask Jesus, sir, and you see what he says. Okay,
God damn
so
it.
make sure you record it. But here's the thing, though, like, so with reparations, we're hooping and hollering about reparations. Okay, we're gonna keep doing it because they're not gonna give it to us. They keep spitting and shit in our faces, like, and we are okay with that. And our Sharpton and them make it okay. So
Because
what
they get
if
their
we said,
reparations.
hey,
He
we all,
getting paid. He getting paid to run around and give our story to everybody else. And
but he
then
ain't he
so
ain't doing that money that he got,
they
and he don't
use
need the
God
money.
on us. God said, "Love everybody." Well, I can't fix your house if my house is broken. We done taking wood
You
and
know what else God was
from
doing?
our
God was
house and
killing
Facts.
the
giving
men,
it to
women,
them.
children, and the cattle.
Huh?
So, God was killing the men, women, children, and the cattle. So you want God to be merciful or God to be forgiving? Because God is kind of bipolar, depending on what's going on. So here's my thing. If we're arguing about reparations, we all want reparations. Can we all say every month, we're gonna get on UEOA website. We're gonna boycott gas stations this day, boycott malls this day, boycott restaurants this day. Can we all be consistent once a month? If we all got together and boycotted everything once a month, can we do that? Can you not get gas? If we say we're not gonna get gas on Thanksgiving, get gas on Tuesday. Don't be, well, I forgot to get gas, so I gotta get gas on Thanksgiving. But we can't do that. So how do we expect to get reparations and be taken seriously when we can't even agree to boycott Thanksgiving? We're arguing about the cost of groceries, but somehow you got money to spend $300 on one meal for one day. Like, make it make sense. You can't pay your light bill, but you're struggling for Christmas time for your children. Your kids need coats in October because it's cold, and you tell them to wait till Christmas.
I'm not
What
trying to be
kind of
funny.
we can't? Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother battle.
Go ahead, Queen.
I said that's a whole nother battle. We got to get people.
Yep.
See, you're going to always bump because just like people work every day and go on vacations, the problem is black people, a lot of black people I know never even went to the beach. A lot of black people we know barely can make it out the community, never left out they concrete jungle. So when they need a little piece of happiness, that's when a Christmas lights and a Thanksgiving meal coming together, because that's the only time that black people get some type of culture, some type of family togetherness. And so that fighting them with the holidays is just a whole nother battle. We got to get black people to see how important they are, because when you don't have a land to go to, when you don't have a culture to turn to, we'll run around with everybody else culture attires on because we don't know who we are in America, because we've been taught that we from Africa, even though there's black people all over the world. And so
Facts.
we attach ourselves to Africa, but we don't look like the Africans. We don't look like the Jamaicans. We don't look like the Haitians. We are all different black people, but we are distinctly
Different
different.
cultures. Exactly.
But white people see us as the same.
Yep.
White, that's
So
why they don't care who they harass. That's why it don't matter if you rich or poor. That's why you got to have a title or the name. That's why people like Al Sharpton, Oprah Winfrey, and Beyonce, them, they put they hope into fame. And then
exactly.
they have us like D Mays. I seen your things. Let's stop. Our entertainers are not our leaders.
Facts.
We don't have no real leadership.
Nope.
Al Sharpton is a big ass entertainer.
And we don't need no leaders, because what name me a white leader, Arab leader, Mexican leader, Chinese leader. We should have never had leaders. We all leaders in here. Everybody, all black people leaders. What's up to Juju B? We get shout out to everybody. TS, Shelly, who all up in here? Who else we got? Mulatto General. I don't know. Multi General Mulatto. Who else? Everybody hit that like button. Share this live.
Thank you, Jack, for your involvement.
But
Brianna
what
Campbell.
yeah, we need to do something drastic like we did with the Democratic Party.
Love lady. Shout out to her. Okay. Exactly.
What we need
The
to
thing
do
that we need to do that's
is
drastic is
everybody needs
separate.
to go and apply for, if the Republicans, yeah, Trump was needed to get in there, because they was gonna the Kamala them was gonna drain us dry.
Yep.
They was bleeding us dry as a poor black community. Did you hear Sonny hosting them say it on there? The black community is the poorest one in here. But how did y'all get over here and jump ahead of us?
Exactly.
That's what
And
we
bitch,
need.
you don't give back to the community though. You don't give back, so how they even say anything?
Yeah.
Like you don't
They just want them.
participate
They
in the
give to
solution.
themselves. They
So
give
you
to
should really
themselves.
sit your whole.
You choppy.
So then we can't be mad at the black community. If you mad that if we're mad that Oprah got money, that Beyonce got all this money,
you can tell
she was paying more than
Beyonce didn't
anybody
You
for
can tell
3 minutes. It's a big deal.
You could tell
But
Beyonce didn't want to do
mama
it.
said,
She
why
didn't
do we
want to
keep
do it.
listening to her music?
She didn't want to do it. You can tell she didn't even decide. Listen. Basically, Kamala, she did pay people to come. Them people didn't. If you look like a candidate, you gonna go out there and do it for free. Like I tell everybody, who all voted for Kamala in 2020 when she ran by herself? Nobody. They nobody who she was till Biden elected her vice president. So I would stop the cap, man. I need to stop that. Black people got to fail to realize this is over. It's over for the Democrats. You're not getting it back. You had time. You had years, decades to get it. You didn't do right by it. Why black people walking away from it? They either going to the red, or they going independent, or they just setting stuff out. That's what it is. So
They need to concentrate on independent.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, it should be one or the other.
Yeah, it's my thing. We can be independent. Exactly. My thing is too. And going back to Kamala, everybody was bragging about how these black women and all these Soros and these fraternities gave all this millions of dollars. Why haven't y'all been doing that all these years? We've been telling Dr. Clark Anderson talked about empowerment. He's a super PAC, build a super PAC. That's a super PAC. We are building right there. One guy came in the Zoom meeting with they had the men when the men was the black men supposed to be for giving her donations and stuff. One brother said, "Well, hell, why don't we just do a super PAC? This is the beginning." They Roland Martin them shut him out the Zoom. Yeah, they ain't trying to build no super PACs.
What about this? Where are they at now?
Exactly.
If Kamala cares so much about everybody, all these stars care so much about the black community, how come after every election you don't hear from them? Because Kamala's in Hawaii.
Kamala in Hawaii, exactly. Why your boy Biden up here been started World War III, the old bastard.
Did y'all hear about Elon Musk with the immigrants? Y'all know Elon Musk was being sued by the government.
No, what happened? Let's talk about it.
They're trying to get a lawsuit on him because for not hiring illegal immigrants. Not hiring.
Stop that.
These
The
corporations have made it
audacity.
normal to hire illegal immigrants, saying, and then everybody keeps saying it, even Al, they're doing jobs y'all don't want to do. No, because most of the time when black people go after a job, you're gonna drug test us, you're gonna do a criminal background, even though you know that you set most black people up to have a criminal history. I remember when I was young, I got a job at the hospital ready and everything. I didn't understand. Oh well, your credit ain't good enough to work. Does that make any sense? Nobody knows what they done put us through when black people do get up there. When I got out of college and I was in computers, I remember putting in about 100 resumes. So I ended up at a hospital at a job that it didn't have nothing to do with my background. Then by the time I did get a job for my background in computers, they eliminated that where you don't have to have a degree, you can just have training. See how they do us? Every time we think we get ahead, they move the goalposts. These corporations been doing it for years.
Speaking now with the credit score, my husband is a Marine vet, right? He did 12 years of his service, and he did culinary in the service. And so when he got out, he did restaurant management, whatever. He applied for a job at the prison here in Indiana to work as a the kitchen manager. They did not hire him because of his credit score. And what they explained was, the thing is, if your credit score ain't right, like if it doesn't look like your money's right, it makes it appear as though you're so impoverished that you might be coerced or persuaded to do something ratchet.
But no, this
like this
after
is
black
basic,
people
but you want to work with somebody else and not have your own shit, like. Yeah.
It's so that they can always hold black people back, because during our time, black people got education. It was too many of us, and we would have got jobs. And so if you give us jobs and opportunity, you don't have a poor class. You don't have somebody that you could look down upon. You know what I'm saying? They never wanted us
look
to
at
do
the
better.
education system, though. Look at the education system. They don't do home ec anymore. They don't do shop anymore. Like, so there's no skill there anymore.
Nope. And then
Outside
they
of teaching
turning
your
around
children
and hiring
inappropriate things,
robots.
there's no skill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're turning around and hiring robots.
And you know what, though? And they're going to do that even like if the Hispanics come in, the illegal immigrants come in, they're still going to do that when they're talking about taking jobs. It's not just black, they're American jobs. They're still going to do that. The thing is that when they do switch to AI for all these little minuscule jobs, and not to minimize anybody's position in anything, but like when they start doing that, then everybody's going to be in jeopardy. The difference is those illegal immigrants are going to have the financial backing and the setup and the investment, so they're not screwed. That is the difference.
That's what they want.
They're taking white jobs too. They're taking
the sisters cooking tonight, y'all.
Come on.
We letting the sisters cook, y'all. But yeah, they're telling the truth. Yeah, this whole thing about the blow up.
Said, let them cook.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the whole thing about to fall apart, man. It's a new day.
We've been saying let Rome fall, and that's what is happening. And
That's
Trump and them is going to finish it up. And what we need to do as black people is find a way to stick together and look at the truth and stop going by symbolism. Stop sitting back waiting, because black people ain't saying nothing. Exactly. The Latinos is complaining. Look at The View. Just scroll through YouTube and listen. The View is complaining. All these people complaining. But look at what black person have you heard besides Joy Reid, Maxine Waters, Whoopi Goldberg sitting on a show called The View, and they have more representation of Latinos and white women, and you got that one speck in the corner called Whoopi. Like, this is insults to black people. They've been piggybacking off our struggle while leaving us behind, but getting benefits for our struggle. It's time for us to stick together and do something different. I land my plane.
Otherwise, y'all don't complain, though. Otherwise, you don't complain. You don't have to link up with the United Prize of a Kivalon. We would love you to, but you need to start linking up with individuals And not just us and them and they, but anybody that is like-minded in the vision and the mission for our liberation, our freedom, our rights. And they're not shared rights. We have to understand, like, our rights are the civil rights movement, the feminist movement, all that stuff. Like, these are our rights, and we have to stop linking up with people. We have to start being the forefront, and we have been with civil rights and all those things. But like Queen Tina said, they cipher everything. Like, rinse due, Stu. Like, you conscious, rinse due, Stu.
And they admit it. They admit it. Everybody knows the black struggle better than us. They'll say, "Oh, the racism in America." Well, you ain't been in America that long. You came over here, and obviously, you got jobs, you got representation, the AOC, you got like I'm glad because I was just shocked at how mad these Latinos and these other black people have been because Latinos majority and how black people like Al Sharpton and Joy Reid and all them will call themselves being mad, but yet y'all ain't representing us. It's like y'all more mad about Latino or illegal immigrant rights than the people that you're supposed to be fighting for. We paved the way for them to sit in them seats, and we need to stop going by symbolism. Just
Oh,
because you
what?
look black, don't mean you black. Because the Hispanics look black, don't they? Let them stand out the
Yeah,
sun with us.
yeah.
They be just
Y'all
as
some
black
dog
as us.
one.
So we play that color. That's how they was playing us with Kamala, and when it didn't work this time, they've been mad as hell.
Exactly. They know what it is, man. They already say they're gonna have to revamp the whole party. They're gonna get away from the LGBTQ transgender conversation. They even Bill Clinton told them to get away from that because they're not the old Democrats. They something else. They warmongers. They probably gonna allegedly start a war in World War III if we ain't already in one. And I think I just sent a headline pop up saying that Biden's going to give Ukraine more missiles to another country that got that known Nazis. I've been saying this for a while. They
Biden don't
group up.
care. He going out like,
Yeah,
I don't care. F all this up because y'all
Why do
messing
we
up.
keep
He don't care.
exactly. Biden go shit in
Why
your
do we
pants.
keep talking about this Nazi thing? Like, with this Nazi thing, I don't think we think about that. Like, we keep throwing these words around and we get
No,
so offended by those things.
what's that? The
Why?
not
Like,
no.
the Nazi.
No, I'm saying that
Yeah, they want
This is what
black
I'm
the
people to
saying.
Ukraine.
fear Nazis. Nazis did not put us in slavery.
No, I'm
Nazis
saying
did not walk in our neighborhoods with Nazis on
exactly.
hood and burn. It was
Uh,
the KKK. It was our
uh,
white neighbors.
Exactly. What I'm saying over Ukraine, why we should care as black people that they fighting over that because I'm saying that group, they are known Nazi group, but they didn't let none of them black people who was over there get on them train with them women had them kids. They put their own animals on the train. They even told some of the black people here if they gonna be in peace, like your peacekeepers go out and help out in the war, in war areas and help out and stuff. They told me said come at your own risk because they don't see many black people and they will call you monkeys and whatever. So this is what they told email to the American government. If they're gonna send any peacekeepers as black, they're too much not gonna accept them. I land my plane.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's ridiculous,
they
but they
rather
got
die
our
than get our
money.
help.
They got our money. Let a black person fall behind on their taxes. Most of the time, every time you look on YouTube or look somewhere, who are they always going after for tax evasion or for not paying their taxes? They took, remember Fred what was his name? Fred Sanford. I forgot his real name. Remember they took all his stuff before he died. Look at dang it, the dark skin. Either which way, it's a lot of black people. You'll always see us plastered because they always, even with the PPP loans, that it's like they will go after
I was
black
gonna
people
say,
left
yeah.
and right, but they won't do themselves. So they always putting us under the microscope of the law, so they can dig
Facts.
more out our
Hold,
pockets.
Facts.
But do you all remember when Donald Trump was running against Hillary Clinton, and like when he made that comment? I wish I could find the video real quick when he was talking about when Hillary was like, you scamming, like you taking advantage of. He was like, I learned this shit from y'all. Y'all do the same thing. Like, why you coming at me? This is what y'all do. So we're so offended by things, but we don't know nothing. We so smart, we stupid. And we always have an opinion about something. That's the thing. We have to start uniting and stop running our mouths and be boots on the ground. Nobody really gives a shit about how anybody feels. Here on this platform, we care. We family. We want you all to be family. But at the end of the day, you all don't have to give a shit about what we say. It should matter when it resonates. And if you're just looking for a good time, and entertainment, this ain't that.
It
But
should
when
matter
you're
with
ready
their
to get to the
kids.
ground and when you're tired,
Yeah, it should matter with their
yeah.
kids. But notice what they got black, mostly black men. Black women done got on there because I'm gonna play something before we wrap this up. I'm gonna just show you because now they got us mixing up. Well, oh, it's happy go lucky. Yes, we can all mix our races. We could do that. But black people, we ain't even healed yet, and we already out here. That's because they want you to look into value
That part.
of white people. We got these half white kids running around here, and I don't have mulatto or whatever. I don't have no problem with it, but I feel like it's an agenda so that we can fight and don't fight for our own self. So that if we had to fight for rights, now we got children that don't know what side to be on, don't know history, being taught, oh, we all
Preach.
is in this together. I'm gonna
Well,
play this because look at Lord. I'm gonna just show y'all something real quick. We're gonna do another story, but look at this.
God damn it.
Yeah. And they're almost all of them homeless.
You guys know
God damn it. What
Who
the hell
that?
was that?
Who
What is
who
that?
that?
Wow.
Harpo, who that
Wow.
woman?
What the hell?
Who is that
Harpo,
You know
who
woman?
what
is that
though?
woman?
Until I
Yakub
read what it
daughter.
said, I didn't even realize it was Serena. I didn't even realize that was her
That was
until I read the
Yakub.
Thank
headline.
you.
That
Her,
was Yakub daughter. Failed
her
experiment.
whole face and shape is changed. She looks nothing like the Serena. And then you talking about you
And
left black men.
yeah.
Well, it's a shame when you have to strip yourself of your whole culture and skin color just so you can feel comfortable around the white people you done surrounded
So
yourselves
so
around, so that you can look more like your mixed daughter than your mama and your granddaddy.
what I tell you about her husband and the rest of the family? They do not like the way she look. They got in her head, so she thinks she got to please her husband. While he's sitting there laughing.
That's the
And I'm talking
majority of
about, no,
black people in
hold on.
America.
The husband who don't use a wash rag when he take a bath. Yeah, tell me he never heard of that till he got with her. God damn it, in no way. That nasty buzzer. I'm out.
But that's what
Hey,
we
well,
dealing
I know we
with.
gotta wrap it up, but real quick, y'all remember there was this one man. I won't say his name. There was this one man that was like in reign around like World War II in Germany, right? And like he's the worst hated man in the whole world right now. Like, and but I remember he said something. He made a statement. I'm not gonna say his name. I think I know what I'm talking about. He said, if the black people really knew who they were, the whole world would be in trouble. Here's my thing. I'm gonna lay my plane. Here's my thing. People are people. We are the salt of the earth. When we're colored people, like we don't turn colors like other like pale faced people,
Thank
right?
you.
We are the
This one
salt of the earth.
purple.
So when it comes to that, like people can be who they want to be. We have to see the value in ourselves. And when we get mad about people not seeing that, it's because we don't feel worthy of representing that. Don't come over here to the United Empires of Cuba. You're not going to get nothing but the best of blackness. In all our differences, our similarities, we are individuals, but we are collectively. Don't you want to be a part of this growing? Have a whole lot of groups out there. So connect with everybody, but like let's come to the table.
Come
Stop
to the
telling me
table
shit.
and let's build. Let's build. Let's talk about the black future.
Exactly.
Because
Future's
Right
now.
now.
yes. Go ahead,
That would
Queen.
be one way to get rid of all this nonsense. Separate,
Mm-hmm.
separate, separate. Then we ain't got to worry about what
Real quick,
nobody else is doing
Because
because
there's a
we're
black
being by
girl
girl,
in
come
here
in.
ourselves.
We
saying
out
the
here, Queen Lynn.
BP. She said separate.
And then we don't have to worry about what nobody else is doing because we are with ourselves, being the
Yep.
most wonderful people that we can.
Yep. There's a group out here called BP Black Project 2025, and I went in a meeting and it's like they broke the internet, the server with them. And then when I went in her meeting, she was like, well, we're going to get this together, we want to bring together this, we're going to turn it into a nonprofit. This is not about separation, this is about us financial, blah blah blah. It's called separation no matter how you word it. It's like black people don't want to tell the truth about themselves, but you got Latinos piggybacking off of our black struggle in America and say, oh, this and that. You see them out there protesting whether they legal or not, knowing they broke the law with them being here, ain't paying their taxes. They have no shame in their game. But when it come down kind of black people, you get messed like this with Serena because you ain't, your daughter don't even know who she looking at. You want to be more white for your daughter, I guess, and your white husband. But we are sitting up here piggybacking around the fact that we need to separate, like Lynn said. When we separate, doesn't mean we hating everybody else. They just said Latino communities, didn't they? Didn't that person Chavez in here? You got the Latino communities, you got the Asian communities, you got the Jewish communities, you even got the African communities and the Jamaican communities. So what's the problem with Black Americans having their own separate spaces? And I land my plane.
And keep
There it
shaming
is.
people. Y'all
Boom.
keep shaming people. Like, stop being shamed by people. Stop letting people
Stop
shame
making
I
you.
it
just
look
want to
like,
say
You
one
don't.
thing. I just
go
want to
ahead,
ask
Queen.
one question. What will the United States look like when we do separate? We're not in your business. Who are you going to then harass? What you going to be doing when there's no black person to harass? Like the day without a Mexican? Let's have a day without a black person. I'd like to see that.
That's what we need to do. When Queen Angie was talking about not eating for the holiday, no, let's do a day without black people. Let's start doing that stuff, because who they gonna harass is the people who crying, who wanted us to vote for Kamala. They gonna harass who they harassing. You see, they doing a whole agenda. You ain't see what they were saying. Oh, my grandmother is gonna have to carry her ID and her paperwork. Well, welcome to the motherfucking club. Now you got now they gonna see it, because at the end of the day, Martin Luther King said an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. But they want to run around and forget what's going on. I land my plane. We can get up out of
Yep.
here. Do y'all have anything
Yep.
else to say?
All I got to say is I'm
No.
glad to be alive right now to see
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, y'all, it's the new mission now. You know what I'm saying? Prepare ourselves for the next 4 years. Like I said, let's network with black people who's on the same level. Everybody's not gonna make it. Like I said, we can't be focused on a bunch of dead weight, pretty much. I mean, and educate yourself more about the political system, especially the local level, because you want to get involved with local politics. It starts from local politics, y'all, especially to get certain contracts in your state and city. You need to go through the city council to get them contracts. You know what I'm saying? Which they work with the city clerk, all them, the mayor and all that. But you need to do that before you, you know what I'm saying? You just need to start getting involved. Go to your next PTA, not PTA. You need to go to a PTA meeting with your kids too, but go to the next city council meeting in your city, state, then meet your councilmen, your aldermen. So that's very important for our people, and teach our kids the same thing. We need to infiltrate the system. If we're gonna be a part of something, you need to infiltrate it just like these other small groups that's way less than us. And
Yeah.
they got connections. Yeah, they in there. You know what I'm saying? So we do the same thing. That being said, I'm out of here for real. Peace.
Peace. You
Yep.
got
And not
anything
just
else to say,
infiltrate.
Queen?
You got to dominate. Not just infiltrate, but dominate. You know,
Exactly.
dominate. So much really quick. We're gonna get. I promise we're done. I want to ask you all. Please go to BigNineEmpiresOfTheKingline.com. Like, if you all go on that, we see a lot of people go on there. Will you all please subscribe? I promise you all, we're working on some stuff. We want to get things together and connect. So if you all go on the website, please subscribe. Okay, so we can keep up with you all. And please invite other people to subscribe and connect, because we're doing great things. Shout out to everyone here: Queen Tina Berry, Straight No Texture of the Queen, Queen Kathy B, Queen Lynn, Lynn Black Love 17. Y'all love her voice. I love her voice. Y'all check her out on YouTube. So many things going on. So I know we're all busy, but please, let's connect. We're not here to entertain y'all and let grow subscribers. We want that because we want to make this conversation worldwide, but it's all about doing the work, and we're trying. We're all busy. We know you all are busy, and we thank you for your time. But please subscribe, stay connected, and that's all I got.
Well, thank you, Queens. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. Like, share. Queen Lynn, did you have something to say before we go? You or Kathy B?
I just wanted to say before that Phil Scott was breaking it down that what are these people called? Sanctuary cities are going to fight for the immigrants to stay, for the illegals to stay.
Well, let them
That's
fight.
crazy.
And if anybody black fight with them, that's why we said we're gonna separate, because we need to be worried about ourselves. So we're not gonna be
Exactly.
able to change people's mind. If you feel like you need to take the bricks and the mortar and the paint off of your walls to build somebody else's house, then while you stand in the rain, then go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to do. But we not.
Hmm.
And that's it.
There
You
you
got
go.
anything, Queen Kathy? I think not. Well, y'all have a
Black
beautiful,
power.
blessed day. Thank you for tuning in, and go to the website and email us. Tell us your opinion. We got land. What do we do from here? It's time for us to unite.
Mhm.
Peace.
Step into a world of Black unity, love, and power where the essence of Black unity is not just a fleeting emotion but a profound force. A world where Black people uplift each other, creating a fortified community, a beacon of hope. Imagine the strength born from understanding one another. We as Black people all have something in common through shared experiences no one but us understands. There is a joy that arises from celebrating our heritage, our culture, our shared history. Picture the power of true Black unity, a power that transcends any adversities that we face. Black unity empowers and inspires. We have been robbed of that. We need to turn struggles into the foundation of future triumphs. This is not a utopian dream. This is the reality we can shape when we choose to put us first. Unity over division. It's up to us to save each other. Remember, when Black people love and support each other, it's not just powerful, it's transformative. It's our lifeline, our legacy, and our path forward. Let's give this to ourselves. So let's embrace this power. Let's cherish it and let it guide us. #B4B. Go to our website, www.theunitedempiresofalkebulan.com. The UEOA. Tina Berry speaks.